Hey, thank you so very much for clicking on this video. This topic is about important information that you want to know if you're considering buying a foreclosure. Now, foreclosure inventory is really low. There's been very few foreclosures, but the pendulum swings in both directions, and at some point we're going to have a lot more foreclosures on the market. So bookmark this video if you're interested in getting great deals on future foreclosure properties. We'll kind of talk through some of the logistics of it. Number one, you can actually purchase a property before it goes into foreclosure status. There's a pre-foreclosure process that if you're behind on your mortgage and the bank is going to initiate a foreclosure process, they actually have to publicly notify that they are going to be foreclosing on your property, not your property, on a property. And they have to put it in the newspaper as an interesting kind of like old school legal component to it. As well as putting in the newspaper, they also have to put it onto the websites of the attorneys who are going to be responsible for that foreclosure proceeding. So if you go to the newspaper classified section, find the foreclosures, you can find what attorneys are going to be handling those, and you can kind of have a list of attorneys that have been, successful in gaining the business of banks to process their foreclosures. Then have those websites where you can kind of go and check real time what properties are going to be foreclosed on. It's a little bit more up to date than the actual than the newspaper notices, so to speak. So if you do that, when you find out what these are, there's a couple of different ways you can reach out directly to the homeowners to see if you can create a win-win solution and solve a problem for a tough spot that they're in, but also, be able to purchase a property, hopefully that's a good investment or purchase or primary residence for yourself. You can call those people, you can look up their phone numbers, you can knock on their doors, you can send direct mail to those properties. But ultimately you're trying to say, hey, they're in a tough spot, have empathy, see if you might be able to provide a solution for them, get them out of their tough spot, and you're able to also purchase a property. So that's kind of the pre-foreclosure process that you can use in order to get a property that is going to ultimately be foreclosed on. Second step would be a courthouse auction. This is the one that everybody kind of thinks is such a great idea, but in reality, it's an incredibly competitive environment where if you're new to purchasing foreclosures at the courthouse, you're probably going to lose money. You're probably going to get outbid. It's kind of a bit of a good old boys club with a bunch of really competitive real estate investors that are buying properties at the courthouse steps consistently. So those veterans are typically taking advantage of / not leaving a lot of breathing room for the newbies. They don't want to have that competition. So I would say it's great if you're a pro. If you're a rookie, you might want to come and watch how that goes for a couple of times before you actually stick your foot in the water there, because it can be a little bit treacherous. There's a lot of nuance to it, how much money you have to have up front, not having really much information about the condition of the property inside, etc., etc. So buyer beware in that scenario. The third one would be like the MLS listed foreclosures. The MLS listed foreclosures are pretty similar to regular home sales. The properties are in as-is condition. The banks are not going to be fixing anything wrong with the house, but they make that pretty clear on their disclosures. But you can do a home inspection. You can, be very aware of what the property is. You can back out of the purchase if you find information during the home inspection that's not going to be, satisfactory to your comfort level, whatever it might be. Typically the closings are about 30 days, typical to a regular home purchase. The negotiations are a whole lot less emotional. The bank is just going to accept or reject your offer. Sometimes they counter, sometimes they don't. The offer submissions have to be done oftentimes through web portals that are very unemotional. Fill in the form, tell us what you'll buy it for, we'll let you know if we're going to sell it to you. But we've helped a number of clients purchase properties through that particular medium. And over in 2008, 9, 10, 11, when there was a much higher foreclosure inventory level, it was common practice. We did dozens and dozens of foreclosure purchases. So hope that helps. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. I love talking about real estate, and smash that like button.